Hey, what's going on, world? What's going on, world? Once again, you know what time it is. It is 3 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, which means that we are doing Book Talk Live. And I want to thank everybody who is tuned in with me live right now. I want to thank those of you who will be catching the replay. If you're tuning in live, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know that you're here. If you were catching the replay, then definitely on the replay, let me know that you're watching the replay video with me. Hey, Ms. Edwards, Gospel K Fit 1060 here in Austin, and thank you so much for sharing. I got something special for you after this. I want to connect with you. But today, again, my name is Sugar Ray Destin Jr. I am your host. I am the founder of the Business of Books Mastermind program, where we do teach authors how to write their books, how to get published, and teach them the marketing and the business behind the books. So I just want to give y'all some free game, give you some information, because I know so many people on my timeline who are actually ready to get their books written, who are actually ready to get their books published, who are ready to get out there. Hey, what's going on, Lysandra? From Hartman Middle School all the way to now. Long time. Almost 30 years now. Whoa, we getting old. But there's so many people on my timeline who say, I want to become a published author. I want to write a book. And it stops right there. Well, writing the book, I'm going to say, is the easy, hard part, right? And what do I mean by it's the easy, hard part? Because after you write your book, that's when you have to get in front of the real world. And what is the real world? That's when you have to get in front of your friends, and you have to go outside of your comfort zone, from friends and family and coworkers to strangers that you've never met before, to people on your Facebook timeline, people on your Instagram timeline, people on your LinkedIn timeline, your Twitter timeline, but even beyond that. So one of the things that I see that discourages so many authors is when they have to start really selling their books. And I'll be honest with you, that first month is you're on this supernatural high. Oh my God, I wrote my book. People are buying my book. My friends and family. I've sold 10 books. I've sold 20 books. I've sold 50 books. I've sold out of my first box. I've sold out of the second box. Guess what comes next? Now you have to learn really how to market your book and how to get your book in front of people that don't necessarily know you. So here's where we're going today. As I mentioned in the show notes, what we're going to be talking about is how to set your sales goals and how to actually hit those sales goals. You can easily sell 100, 200 books, 500 books by the end of this year. If you do the math, we have close to 180 days left in 2020. So regardless of what's going on in the world right now, if you're selling your book for $20 a pop and you sell 180 books, which is one book per day, that's $3,600 extra that you can make in income just from selling your book. I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. I'm just giving it to you, we're gonna break it down in a mathematical sense, because this is where the fun part begins. To me, one of my favorite artists says, I sell ice in the winter, I sell fire in hell. I'm a hustler, baby. I sell water to a well. Well, when you become an author, you have to also become an entrepreneur. So let's break it down. For those of you who have already written a book, then I want you to come up with an actual sales goal. And we're gonna break this down. I'm gonna do the math for you. I'm gonna give you a real quick math problem, and I'm actually gonna give you a link to a freebie that I'm going to give everybody who's tuned in with me. If you want it, a free PDF of how to break down your sales goals as an author, because I don't want you to lose. I actually want you to win, and win big. So let's say, what's going on, Brother Moore? Let's say you want to sell. Let's keep it simple. 180 books between now and the end of the year. If you do the math, that's simple. That's one a day. But let's say you want to sell, let me see, we're in June, so we got 6.5 months left. July, August, September, October, November, December. 6.5 months. So let's say let's put a nice round number on it. I want to sell 300 books between now and the end of the year, right? If you break it down, 300 books between now and the end of the year, that's 50 books per month, right? So write that number down, 50. 50 is the number that you're shooting for every single month. How do you break that down into days? If you break it down based on the number of days, 30 days, that's 1.67 books per day that you need to sell, close to about 2 books per day. And if you do that, 300 books, you hit your goal, you made $6,000 between now and the end of the year. Let's say you have a much higher goal of I want to do way more than 300 books by the end of the year. I want to sell 1,000 books. Okay? Now you need to get in front of larger crowds. How do you get in front of larger crowds? Simple. A few ways. One, you can get out there and really sell to the people that are in your network and hit them up on a consistent basis. Day. You know, day in, day out. Hitting up people that you know individually. Another way, and here's a very easy way to sell multiple books in one setting. Look for events that you can be featured in, whether it be conferences, you speaking at schools, you speaking at churches, you speaking to organizations. When you speak to those larger organizations and they know that you are an author, what they're going to ask is, do you have anything that we can purchase from you? When you go in, say, yeah, I do have something that you can purchase from me. I have my book, and I want to make sure that everybody at your event gets a copy of the book. How much is your book? My book is $20. Okay, well, we have 50 people that are going to be at this event. 50 times 20, you're looking at $1,000. $1,000 made, and you just sold 50 books in one setting. If there's a larger number of people at the event, then sell based on the larger number of people. Now, you can either do it as a speaking fee or you can do it as educational materials, because everybody who's bringing you in as a speaker does not necessarily have money to pay for you as a speaker, especially if you're going to schools, if you're going to some of the smaller organizations. But guess what? Every organization has a professional development budget. They have educational materials budget, so they can purchase your books as educational materials if it has educational value in them, right? The next thing that you can look at is the opportunity to do some type of if you're doing a coaching program based on what's inside of your book. Now, the reason that I said coaching program based on what's inside of your book, if your book is about, let's just say your book is about cooking pecans, right? I don't know anybody that's ever wrote a book about cooking pecans. But if that was what your book is about, then you can't go in and do a coaching program based on personal development, because the two are not related. Now, they are, your book is educational materials based on the crowd that reads about cooking, selling, or based on reading about cooking pecans. But you're not going to, once you find your crowd and you bring that book that is specific to their needs, that crowd is going to look for you. Here's the other thing. If you can't sell books to the organizer of the event, ask them if you can set up a table at the back of the event or as a vendor. Because if you can set up a table as a vendor, then here's what happens. Now people are coming to you at your table after you have actually done a speaking engagement, and you may be able to sell between 5 and 50 books at your table, depending on how well you speak. If you're not a great speaker, they probably aren't going to buy from you. But if you're a great speaker, they're going to want more information from you. Here's another suggestion. And I've seen this done, and some people did it very well. You can host an event an online virtual event where you're doing a book release. If you do a virtual book release and it's a live event, then a lot of people are going to want to know what the information is that's on the inside of your book. Once they want to know what's on the inside of the book, then guess what's going to happen? Now they're asking how can they purchase the book. Set up your link so that they're buying directly from you. I don't want to give you any false information, but when you send people to Amazon, when you send people to an online publisher, what Amazon and what that online publisher is going to do is take a larger portion of your royalties. When people are buying directly from you, you get a larger percentage of your royalties back. So if you're selling your book for $20 and someone purchases your book directly from you at $20, you get 100% of that, and you decide how you want to ship it to them. If you want to autograph that book, if you want to send it directly from the publisher. But if they buy it directly from Amazon, they buy it from Lulu.com, they buy it from Ingram Sports, they buy it from Barnes and Nobles, they buy it from Walmart.com. Any of these online sellers, what they're going to do is send you anywhere from 30 to 60% of what your customer just paid for your book. So you have to know where you want people to go to purchase your book. You have to know what your sales goals are. And if you're looking to make a larger number of sales, then you need to be in front of a larger number of people who are looking for the information that you're providing in your book. So know your crowd. We talked about that so many times. Once you know your crowd, get in front of your crowd. Once you get in front of your crowd, then the next step is offer the sale. Selling your book is the second easiest part of becoming an entrepreneur. The first part is writing it. You have to write your own book. We've seen what happens just this weekend. Somebody plagiarized an entire book. That's not the route that we want to go. Once you write your entire book, set your sales goals, break it down by the number of months, the number of days that you're going to, that you're looking to do this, and then the number of units that you need to move each day to hit your sales goals. Remember, it's so much easier to hit those goals than you think. In the next few weeks, I'm going to share some other sales goals with you, a different way of selling your book. But this is just today was specifically about setting sales goals for yourself, looking for places that you can purchase it or not purchase, looking for places that you can sell a larger number of units, and at the same time, making sure that you're hitting your sales goals, because your book could easily make you multiple figures, multiple thousands by the end of the month, multiple six figures by the end of the month. And it's not just selling your book, but it's also what comes after that. In the next few weeks, we'll talk about some of the things that come after you have your book, so that you can sell those other services, sell your coaching programs, sell your speaking engagements, sell your conferences, sell your webinars, sell your programs. There's so much that comes from having one book. It's just opening the door for you to be successful. Okay? As you know, at this time, it's the end of the lesson. I want to open it up to questions. Is there anybody on here who has any questions specifically for me about sales? If you got questions, go ahead and drop them in. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm a giver. If you know me, I love to give. I love to give more than I receive. It's very difficult for me to receive. So what I'm going to do for the next 3 people that comment book, I have 3 copies of this amazing book with this funny looking dude on the cover. I don't know if y'all can see it. Business of Books. It actually teaches you how to get published and generate new streams of income. And I want to go ahead and give away 3 copies of this book. So if you haven't purchased your copy of my book yet, and you want a copy of the book, go ahead and comment book in the comments. I got you, Ms. Edwards. I got you. I definitely have you. I got two more. And while we're waiting on that, I have another giveaway, and everybody knows about the second giveaway. If you don't know, then now you know. Every week, I do a cash giveaway, and that cash giveaway is a $25 cash app giveaway. Last week's winner said, you know what? I appreciate the $25 cash app giveaway, but I'm good on money. I actually want a copy of your book. And I was honored, I was humbled, and I sent her a copy of my book. So I got two more copies of the book and a $25 cash app giveaway. Was this, before I do the cash app giveaway, was this information helpful to everybody? And if you're in a watch party, I appreciate it, but I can't see any of the comments. So I'm kind of struggling to see comments. The last comment I see is book. And but what I am, okay, Faith, I got you on the book. And Fabi said the information was good. All right. Well, I have a $25 cash app giveaway that I am ready to do. So this is a race against time. First person to comment cash is going to get a $25 cash app giveaway. And there's no gimmicks to it. It's just a free $25 cash app giveaway. I love giving. Might be able to buy somebody lunch this week. All right. Waiting on the comment cash. And if you've already won, all right. So it looks like I'm giving away two books, one to Miss Faith and one to Miss Angela Edwards. I will get with both of you to get the addresses, and Miss Angela, I will get with you after this call so we can go ahead and get that $25 cash app giveaway to you. Listen, everybody, I know things are crazy right now in this world, but remember, stay focused on what you can focus on. Control the things that you can control. And in this moment in history, there will not be another like it. So love yourself, love others, and continue to spread the love because the world needs it right now. Love y'all.